just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the New York Giants. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And his first pass is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Tannehill. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On second down, another run for Dillon.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Brady to throw. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. Touchdown, Giants!
Jacob Harris.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first-quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
That's out quickly to Shenault.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Flushed out right. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
And he will find the rookie from LSU, Terrace Marshall.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Washington on third down.
They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Tannehill. And it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
To throw again on second down. Brady. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
And he stopped immediately there.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time. Stevenson gets it again on second down.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Giants.
Dyami Brown.
His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Giants 14, Washington 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Giants 21, Washington 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Chandler Jones, his second sack of the night.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Throwing on first down is Brady.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady.
And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Washington takes over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 50, it's Tannehill.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill.
Again looking for Samuel, this time the catch made.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw, Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw is Brady. And he's got his target, Harris. Touchdown! 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
Washington, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
36.
Play action. It's Tannehill. He's going to wind up and air it out.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give. This is Kamara. Had a nice move but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time?
And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get...
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Well, that throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here's Brady.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Giants.
DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd at the 37-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tannehill eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete here to Herndon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now it's Tannehill. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. And he'll find Hall. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. It's a big-time play there for the G-men.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On play action, it's Brady. And Shark calls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run it again with Kamara. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well, but give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Washington, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A busy night continues for Kamara. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tannehill. And Wilson with it, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tannehill looking to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Tyson Campbell. And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Brady going to look to throw. Looking for Chark again. This time he's got him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.